Don't you love a better mousetrap? Well, hey, I'm a gardener and I am always looking for a better mousetrap, literally, but also in my soil. I am looking for ways to improve my soil, and I think I found it. Biochar. Biochar isn't new. It's been used in the Amazon for thousands of years. In fact, we believe it was used maybe 5,000 years ago, and it works like this. Trees were being felled so that the area could be cleared for farming. But instead of just burning those trees up, the people of the day partially burned the logs so that they could create charcoal. Once charcoal is in the soil, it's a permanent source of organic matter in your soil. You're actually hanging on to, or it's got a bit of a positive charge or negative charge, you're actually able to hold on to ions in the soil. And that means minerals. So instead of those minerals being washed away in a heavy rain, the biochar can hold on to them. The other thing biochar can do is it can make a nice little home for microbes. So microbes normally are kind of shifting around looking for clay particles to hang on to, but if they can find biochar, they can go inside there and they can multiply, and that feeds your plants. So I'm excited about biochar, and I'm excited specifically about Airterra Biochar because it is being promoted as a very uniform Canadian Food Inspection Agency certified product, and that's what I like. But what's new to me is that biochar can be pre-charged like a credit card. It can be pre-charged so that then you can go out and spend it in your garden. And here's how it works. You take your biochar, your finely crushed charcoal, and you add flour to it, because flour is going to provide carbohydrates, and those carbohydrates are going to feed microbes. Where do you get the microbes? You look for some really super rich compost, and I happened to find some just the other day, some well composted manure. Now typically I make my own compost and it works great too, but if you're short on compost and can buy some really great compost or worm castings, you are going to be better off. How do you know it's great? Well, if it comes in a plastic bag, it's probably not great because the plastic bags often will suffocate the microbes that are inside of it. So I like to just get a source of worm castings, or as I said, composted manure from the farm. So you take the biochar, you take the flour, you take the compost, and then you add water. And it's better to use rainwater. But if you can't get rainwater, you can just leave tap water sitting overnight and then the chlorine gases off. So you take that and you mix water, a liter of water, into a 7-liter box of biochar. You mix it up, and that lets the biochar be partially moistened. Then you add your flour in and you add your compost. And that gives you your sort of first, well, it's like making bread. It's your first stage of making bread, and that gives you your proof. And so you've got that, and you leave it sit for 2 days. In 2 days it starts to really heat up because the flour feeds the microbes that are in the compost, and the microbes then go into the biochar, and it's a really nice system. You will see it heating up within 2 days. Once it gets hot, get an extra 60 liters of compost, so hopefully you bought a big batch when you bought it. Get another 60 liters and mix it in with your proof, and let that sit for another day, or spread it out right away onto your garden. And you just use it as a top dress. So you basically take about a 1-inch layer and it'll cover 40 square feet. That's how far one 7-liter box of biochar can go. I'm really excited about biochar. I'm excited about all the things it can do for me. It's definitely going to make my job easier as a gardener. It's definitely going to take more carbon out of the air and permanently store it in the soil. It's definitely going to make a home for the microbes that I'm trying to encourage. So I love biochar, and since I've been able to access the Airterra Biochar, it's so much easier for me. I don't have to crush those big clumps of coal. So try biochar and try mixing it up and charging it in advance, and then adding extra compost and spreading it out in your garden. It'll make a real difference for you this spring, I'm sure it will.